All right, good morning. Yesterday we spoke a little bit about how to use your eyes, and we talked about colorblind people and how they're able to still drive even though they're colorblind. One of the statements that was in your journal yesterday, we spoke about how driver's ed is a privilege and not a right, and we talked about what we meant by privilege and what we meant by a right. Today what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about vision and how vision is real critical to your driving. In your journal entry this morning, if you'll look there on the board, 90% of the decisions you make while driving is based on what you, and the answer there would be C. So as you're going through your materials, you're going through the handouts that you received. One of the handouts that you got has an acronym on it, and that talks about MLCR. And when we talk about MLCR, we're talking about M is mirror, L is left, C is center, and R is right. So you have M, L, C, R. Right, center, left, and mirror. And that is a real good use or thing to use when it comes to a search pattern. As you're driving, you have to develop a search pattern, and part of that search pattern is moving your eyes. Not just staring, but moving your eyes from side to side and up and down. And that's what the MLCR does. Mirror forces you to look at your rear view mirror. To the left, you're looking out the left side, then you're going back to the center, you're looking 20, 30 seconds down the road, and then you're going to the right, checking out the right, and you continuously do that. Moving on, the next thing that I want to discuss with you is you are assigned to look over Chapter 1, skim it, read it, and I've got a PowerPoint presentation that I'm going to put up here for you to mainly hit the high points of the lesson. And then we're going to talk a little bit about doing a semantic web that has to do with vision. So let me get this PowerPoint up here for you so you can take a look at it. Alright, so what we have here is the PowerPoint, and the first slide that you see there has to do with the chapter itself, which is called Assessing and Managing Risk. Moving on to the next slide, it's got the Lesson 1, Highway Transportation System and Managing Risk, and you see your key terms there. Also in Lesson 1, they talk about the National Traffic and Motor Vehicle Safety Act, the National Highway Safety Act, and managing your visibility, time, and space. Lesson 2 is about understanding the SIPDE process. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Lesson 3 coming up here. Also in Lesson 2, those are the parts of the SIPDE process. S being search, I identify, P is for predict, D is decide, and E is execute. Lesson 3 has to do with understanding the Smith system, and there are 5 parts to the Smith system, which we're going to discuss today. And then finally, Lesson 4 has to do with the value of taking a driver education course. And then you have knowledge, ability to manage visibility, time, and space, and awareness of limiting factors. And I'll leave this up, and this will continually go through so that you can make some notes as we're going through. And again, you want to use your Cornell note format that we've discussed in the past, and setting it up that way to take some notes when it comes to your reading. The next thing I want to discuss with you is the semantic web with the word vision in the middle. And you have vision here, and then we have some different words that you associate with vision that I'd like for you to fill in, take some time, and just list what those words would be. When you think of vision, what might be a word that comes to mind? You might put see. Okay? You could use the word look. Okay? And so on. Fill in the rest of those as you're going through and see what you come up with. Tomorrow what you're going to be seeing is, tomorrow I'm going to show you a video that has to do with what we call the SAFE method, which again is another way of searching the road using a search pattern in order to be a safe driver.